Hi everyone, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Mata Di. Welcome to my YouTube channel Merchant Navy Decoded. मेरे साथ है राजीव कौशिक sir. And sir, today's question is: at what age, as a seafarer, one should plan to shift to shore job? Sir, I'll have to give a little bit more on this. I know that responsibilities are different, liabilities of each seafarer are different. हर किसी की ज़रूरत बहुत अलग है, but keeping a nominal baseline for everyone, what do you think is the right age to shift to shore?
The simplest answer is when you get opportunity.
Sir, I have to discuss first. I suppose I'm fourth engineer, I'm getting an opportunity to shift to shore job, but with a salary of 35,000. Should I do that? And if yes, then why did I do sailing?
Exactly. So if you join sailing, my second question as a rhetoric is, let us take it like a conversation.
Yeah, that is good, sir.
If you have taken up sailing, then why at all think about shore job?
Yes. So for me personally, it was not important initially, but once I got married, I had kids, then spending time with family and kids became of paramount importance for me. And so that was the time I thought, क्योंकि घर पे जब भी आओ तो you're not spending enough time with the family, and that thing brings a lot of question marks in your mind.
Now you've been working on shore and you're working for yourself. How much time are you giving to your family?
Sir, rather to be very honest, अभी आज की डेट में मेरे घर पे at my house the biggest fight is that I'm not giving time to my family.
That's okay. That's because you're doing something. You're not even doing a job. You're doing something for yourself. When you're doing a shore job, you are at somebody else's time. And we have. I'm not putting this as a rhetoric, but let us come to a shape of the question. This is a very good time, and you've asked a very good question, which is not actually a very financial nature. But this is a pertinent question which is asked at least 2 to 3 times a week by people. Mostly these people who ask this question are in the 35 to 40 year age group. Most of them have just completed 2 years as a master or chief engineer, or they are about to become a master. But essentially in that, anybody earlier than that has never asked this question. So that means they aim to be chief engineer and master and then quit. Now, to me, when somebody is asking a question, it has to be a discussion, because my suggestion or my stance in life, which was 20 years earlier, cannot stand today's test.
We'll discuss.
Conditions are changed. Now, in those times, the contract time used to be 7 months. When I started, it was 8 months extendable to 9, then it became 7, extendable to 8, then became 6, extendable to 7, etc. But towards the end, let's say 2007 onwards, it became 3 on 3 off. Earlier it was 4 on 4 off, then it became 3 on 3 off. It was a little disconcerting because you had to go on board twice. But on the good part, you got 2 different periods of leave in which you could enjoy everything that you wanted. I personally was always happy with the sailing job because I got a lot of time on leave to be with my family. And I do not think if I was on a shore job, I would have dedicated so much time to my single only daughter and my wife, or my parents and my other relatives. It was only because of this. But thing is not about myself. The question is, what age? So certainly the age is when you can get a position which is in keeping with your rank. Now, you may be a master for 2 years, 3 years, or a chief engineer for 2 years, 3 years, but when you go to a shore job, when I say shore job, it has to be connected with a shipping company. You will get as a superintendent, but you will have to start as a cadet. So once again you start. So the later you go, the more difficult it will be for you to change over, adjust. Now again the question comes that you have already slogged for the time at low salary when you were junior. And when it has come to a stage when you are responsible, you can run the ship by your own discretion with a much better salary, 3 times, 4 times salary than what you were getting earlier. And much better working conditions because you are on 3 on 3 off. At that time, you are ready to
So
leave.
3 on 3 off is like on very good shipping companies. But even today, there exist companies where it is maybe 5 plus minus 1 contract. So you go for once a year and you complete the 6 months. Sometimes it is 4 months on, then you stay for 3 months and go back. Just sorry, cutting it down below, sir. The thing is कि what you say makes sense. कि यार पूरी जिंदगी तुमने जिस दिन का वेट किया, you slogged to reach over there. Now when you have reached over here, you want to change over. But sir, again, as a person, my needs are different. Initially, when I started, my need was more money, so I was in this line. Today, my need is to spend, if not more time with my family, but I want to be there with my family when they need me.
Yes, that is very correct. And if you have been following the path of financial planning properly, it is possible that at a stage when you will get an offer of shore job, because mostly it has to be that the shore should offer you. Very few times it happens that you ask the company for a shore job. It doesn't really happen that way, because if it happens, then the conditions and terms are their own. But if you want your own conditions, then it has to come from them. That means you have to be that good that they offer you the job. We know the salaries in this are very minimal, much lesser than what they are on shore, because now you have to pay your taxes in that country, whether you are staying, whether it's Asian countries or whether it's European or America, you will have to pay the taxes. The expenses on the family will be accordingly. So you have to be prepared for all that. So it is, plus now the question was that when it should be. So it should be when you can actually put in more effort, and you can unlearn what you learned before, and you can start off fresh, because you have to start off fresh with the knowledge. So that pliability, that flexibility should be there. Another thing that I wish to add here is, out of my own experience of people, because I have actually convinced a lot of people to leave shore life, whom I felt, ship life, whom I felt that they can do better elsewhere. But most of these people, I would say 90% of these people, they did not pursue the shipping route. They left, they went for higher studies, whether they did from ISB India or Hyderabad,
Hyderabad.
or they did from sunny New York, or they did from Portland, Maine, logistic transport, or the better ones who had more, they are of a better academic background. Quite a few of them went to the Ivy League colleges. So Wharton and the works, and they started off in a different place. They did McKinsey and Google and Twitter and all that. So most of them have branched off in that. One of the very successful masters, he did from Wharton, and his wife. They are very successful financial advisors. They have a company called Peak Alpha in Chennai. So Sundar and his wife Priya. So they are very successful at that. So my advice to people is that we must deserve to get something. That means we should be good to get something. If we are leaving a good job, which is at least paying, to opt for a very mediocre job, I would not say shore jobs in offices are mediocre, but it is definitely not the ultimate. If you are taking up that job also, then you must continue your higher education in that particular country to add on to your qualification, because your qualification of chief engineer or captain will not really take you much ahead.
You can become a superintendent, maybe a senior technical
Yes.
superintendent.
But as a superintendent, if you have done something in chartering, or you have done some MBAs, something, you have some option in the shipping industry itself, because shipping industry is not about operation of ships alone. There can be very good things that one can do. So, but all these things can be done when you are young. You have a time span in front of you. Your requirements are low, because as your family grows up, the children grow up, the expenses also keep growing. So you must make that shift at a balanced time when you have already made some savings and investments on which you don't have to take out from that. That is how we will link to the finances now. That you have already done a good financial planning right from cadet and fourth engineer and third officer stage, and now you have moved ahead by cutting down on frivolous expenses, that you are ready to make the shift, whichever industry it may be when you go on shore, but you already have a corpus which you don't have to take out from. So at least that much corpus, it will keep growing without disturbance. At the rate of 12-15% per annum in India is good money. You will not get this kind of returns in the developed countries. So that is a very good thing. So when is not only the age, it's also your life standard should be that. Otherwise, I have seen personally, there are at least 20 to 30 people I know of my age and younger who have made that shift. They had not saved enough earlier, and as such, today they are in a situation where they do not have adequate savings. Most of the countries in the world do not have pension system. So how they will manage very soon when they have to quit is a big question mark for me
Sir,
itself.
I have seen many people those people quit sailing and then they come back to the
Yes,
sailing part
exactly.
again. There are many people who do that.
Yes.
And I completely agree with you. But sir, and I've also seen many of my juniors, sir, they quit early, like they were fourth engineers, third engineers, second. Like you said, it is what you deserve. They went for their CAT exam, they went for their executive MBA from ISB Hyderabad
Yeah,
or
yeah,
to
yeah.
Ivy League colleges. Some of them did from IIM Ahmedabad, top-notch colleges.
Yeah, yeah.
And today they have shifted their domains, are doing pretty well out there as well. So अगर मैं आपकी बात को सही प्रूव करूँ, if I put it in good terms, it is, suppose you want to shift early, then keep this merchant as a backup.
Yeah.
Go for those best colleges in the industry and save that much money so that you can
Yeah.
don't have to take education loan.
One
First
thing I will just add to this.
yes, yes.
The people who are already cut to reach that top, they will never ask this question.
Because they know कि अब यार अब time आ
They
गया,
know.
they know, जाना है.
The people who will ask this question are the ones who actually are in a balanced phase, who are not sure about what they will be getting there because they know that what is lying there. But the age of 35 to 40, especially in our industry, it is that midlife blues. Elsewhere it is 45 to 50 or 40 to 45, but here it is a little before because you get your promotions earlier and you know that you're going to do the same job
For
over
the
and
rest
over
of your
again.
life. But
Yes.
stagnancy आगे once you become a captain or
But
chief
what they
engineer.
don't understand is that when you go in the office as a superintendent, you will do the same job irrespective of the rank that you hold or the position which you will hold. But that is not to add, that is not a question. The main thing is that most important thing is either you should be able to do excel in your profession, whichever side you go, you should get the job satisfaction from that. At that cost, even if you have to forego some financial benefits, it is acceptable because you're getting something. But one should not land in a position that one does not have good money also, and one has not really made the best of his professional life as
So
well.
now job satisfaction and money. So for that we can
Right.
say कि first of all make your assets in such a way, allocate in such a way that your liabilities are mostly covered.
Mostly covered.
Mostly covered. And then if you are making for such an advance, go ahead, see if it suits you. Else merchant Navy is always welcoming you back.
Because one thing that we did not talk about is that certainly when we will go for a job to other countries, the living standard of those countries are better.
सर खर्चे भी बहुत ज़्यादा हैं सर living standard.
Let's talk about the living standard. So living standard means the opportunities that your family will get will be much better.
Sir, please, now I have to discuss over it. I have seen some of my friends who are staying in Hong Kong, Singapore. जितना बड़ा सर ये कमरा है, इसे slightly big their house.
Let us not go specific, otherwise your friends in Hong Kong will not like that.
No, sir, but sir, let me be and sir, it's not about liking. They have made this choice, and maybe they'll do tomorrow wonders out there because they are struggling out there today, and it is like again starting from the scratch again. So today they have made a choice. They are with their family. Their children studying in an international school out there. Expenses are really high. Apart from this, they have made choices to stay in small houses out there, and sacrifices are being made. Tomorrow, if they become a senior technical manager, then tomorrow a fleet manager. That's what their aim is. And some of them will definitely open their own shipping companies as well. It's all about making sacrifices. But what I want to say is कि sir, today if you talk about living standards, it's not like आज देहरादून में मैं रह रहा हूँ तो मैं बड़े घर में रह रहा हूँ. But वहाँ पर sir, it's not like that, sir.
No, see, living standard does not mean only the house and everything.
Yes.
What I mean to say is general level of facility, general level of public security probably would be better. I'm not saying it is, because if I had considered that, I would have stayed there out myself. I didn't want to leave. I'm very happy here. But then I will not talk about myself. We can only say that what are the advantages that they will get. Otherwise, the people who are asking us, what is the benefit that we can suggest to them?
Right, sir.
Because there also, in the shore job also, they will be busy from 8 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. That is definite. That is the feedback that we get from the friends and junior colleagues who have come after me, who tell us. The same batchmates and friends will not give you the correct feedback. But they tell us that they are not able to get this, they are not able to get that. But that is not the question. The question is when. So let us link it to the age, the reward risk ratio, what is there. So in that particular sense, I think one must make a healthy choice. And if you do not have much inclination to shipping to carry on forever, then it is better to consolidate your savings earlier and start investing earlier, which is where probably all these videos that we are making should come in helpful. The group that we have, FinWorld at Sea, should come in helpful. We can just about do that. Nobody knows what is there in future. but at least we can do what is required at the present moment.
So with this, I just want to say one thing: dream big, achieve big. For all those people, those who have gone for those shore jobs, they'll definitely. We have some examples, sir. Like Synergy के जो CEO है Rajesh Unni. He was a superintendent, and today he is CEO of a company which is holding more than 500 ships. And there's so many other examples as well. So definitely, all those people, those who have made those sacrifices going for shore jobs, some of you are going to make wonders out there. Please go ahead, but please keep your financial things in a good way so that it does not become a mess.
Yeah,
कि
because
ना आप यहाँ के रहे ना वहाँ के रहे.
a lot of people ignore their finances, thinking this will take care of it. Things will take care of themselves, but nothing takes care of itself.
You have to
You
do
have
it.
to make it happen. Yeah.
And each time I make this video, I remind myself, Praneet Mehta, you are in the danger zone. You have to do the same. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Mata Di.